Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is going to be on how to make your planner work for you. Alright, we are at the tail end of 2022. You can use the Hobonichi weeks 1 month before the new year, and I'm already trying to add some things. Now that's fine. It's fine for you to add things, but really I wanted to talk about, or focus rather, on what to do when you buy a planner like the Hobonichi weeks, and it has weeks in the title because that is its main focus, and you decide I need dailies or I need a bigger monthly. Because those things happen, especially if you're not a person that wants to have more than one planner and you're just like, I'm not a 2-planner person. This is not a 2-planner household, but you might need some extra space. So this is my Hobonichi weeks, and this is the mega. So it has 219 of those square grid pages. I don't know why I say square grid, because grid means squared, correct? Well, I guess not if it's dot. Whatever, you don't care. Anyway, square grid pages in the back, 219. I don't know, I'm all over the place, you guys. And I'm still using my Energel Clinia pen in a 0.3 because it's nicey nice and it dries very quick on this Tomoe River paper. On the inside here, you're going to see a change. So I have been using my writing board to put stickies and, page flags on the back to mark things, to kind of pre-plan things ahead of time. You'll see that this was for week 50. I really didn't use it very much, so I can add week 51 because that's what we're currently on right now. In fact, I'm going to do that live right now. It's the 19th through the 25th. Oh my gosh. We're already on Christmas week, you guys. I don't celebrate Christmas week, but I do celebrate family dinner, and that's going to be amazing. We're having a burrito bar. I know what you're thinking. You're like, a burrito bar? Really? It's going to be a fancy one. You don't know. With all that, I just want like all kinds of different types of salsa. I want the green salsa. I want the red salsa. I want the hot. I want the medium. I want the sweet. I want the, what was the other kind? I don't know. I just want all kinds of different stuff. And we're getting yummy different types of meats. So we're going to have the shredded beef, and then we're going to have the pork. And I think we might also do chicken. It's going to be amazing. I promise. I feel like most people are like, you can have a burrito night any night. Well, these are special burritos. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I've been using this to have a sticky note. Didn't use it that much, but I'm gonna keep trying it out because I feel like this is a good idea. I've mentioned this to people before. If you have an inbox or sticky note where you need to look at it, it's nice to have it floating so that as you're turning through different pages, you can always see it. So that's why I try to keep this around. I just forget. Sometimes I take this thing out and I leave it and I forget to keep it in here. It's a thing. These things are sticking out. I'll show you what they're for right now. Okay, so I decided that I didn't want to have my dailies in the back, even though I have 219 pages now. This is the thing, okay? If you're new to the Hobonichi weeks, you may not know that 71, 75, the ever-changing Mandela effect of pages in the back of the regular sized Hobonichi weeks, I think it's like 71, they're not as precious as you actually think. At first, the first time I got a Hobonichi, I was like, oh my god, these pages are precious. How are they going to last me a whole year? And then you can buy these little like companion notebooks from Hobonichi that fit nicey nice inside the cover of your Hobonichi weeks. So you can expand upon how many pages you have in the back. But even though I know that, I was like, oh my gosh, my precious. And I just kept like, I don't know, hoarding them and not using them. And then by the end of the year, I had a ton of pages in the back. And I was like, what was the point of this? So you're looking at more than double. I don't think it's triple because math, what is that? But it's like more than double. It's safe to say that, right? In the back of the mega. And it's like, I'm not hoarding them. I promise. I'll show you how I'm using them. But I just felt like I didn't want my dailies back there. So I thought I would try it out in one of these little, I don't know, maybe you call it a memo notebook, or I call it a companion notebook because it goes with the Hobonichi weeks. So I went ahead and I labeled it. I said daily notes and to-dos. And then this was, if you remember behind here, is where I was supposed to be keeping, oh, I popped this guy off, my inbox. So I just put some stickies here for an inbox, and I thought we'd call it good. Just to try it out. If it's not gonna work out, it's not that serious, it's removable. Not a permanent situation. On the inside of here, I just put this really cute little sticker that I had, and then another sticker within a sticker, because why not? I thought this is where I would keep my dailies. So you guys know that I have these washi stickers that I got from Amazon. I have no idea what brand it is, but I will link them down below. And I cut off the first part of December of 2022, in case you're watching this in the future, because I'm going to be starting dailies on December 19th, because it's the beginning of a new week, and why the hell not? Now, I've already mentioned in past videos, but in case you didn't see those videos, I hope this is getting focused. Stop going out of focus. That these actually fit within this weekly row, excuse me, here. So you could do another weekly. So let's say, for instance, on your weekly, you wanted to focus on like everyday tasks, but you wanted to have another planner just for weekly stuff. But you didn't want to, again, you're not a 2-planner household. You might want to redraw out a weekly on one page here or something. You can certainly do that, and these would fit in order to label each one of these rows for the whole 7 for the 7 days of the week. That was like a long explanation, and I'm sorry, I don't even know. I have all of these things, like tweezers and stuff, to put these down, and of course I have no idea where the hell any of them are. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, I bought these on Amazon. They were pretty inexpensive, and I think they're to like make computer boards. Certainly not for laying stickers down, but that's what I use them for. Would you come off already? I love grid, because grid is just easy when it comes to laying down stickers, but also, if you lay them down wrong, which I usually do, there's no, oh God, there's no hiding that. See, this was slightly crooked. Now we're going to try again. See, this is why people think planning is hard, because people like me mess up the stickers, and then they think that they have to, like, you know, spend 15 minutes just getting a sticker perfect. It's not that serious, you guys. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm very jittery. I think I had too much ice cream. I know I definitely had too much ice cream. It's a problem. Now it's down. So I am not going to draw out a weekly like this, just because I am trying to keep dailies here. I might add in some, well, no, I'm not going to do that. At some point, I want to keep a daily journal, which will be January 1st. I'm giving myself until January 1st because it's almost impossible. There's cookies at the library. There's cookies at Busy's birthday party. There's cookies everywhere. So I am just I'm just gonna wait until January 1st, and that's fine. So I usually like to use a highlighter after I'm done, or a pen, to line where the day ends and the next one begins, because I like for it to have a little bit of structure. And I'm not going to draw out anything because I just want to use the amount of space that I want to use and move on. So underneath, let me pull these up so you can see them a little bit better. So underneath here, you see it has Monday through Sunday, and then the regular week, Monday through Friday, is in a like kind of a light blue, and then the weekend is in a beautiful red color. So, yeah, so you can take your pen if you want to, and you can just circle what day it's going to be. And of course, this is going to be a Monday. So there it is, all nice and circled. Or you can just go ahead and write Monday, you do you. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is getting started. We're in the middle of actually Monday the 19th. I was gonna make this video yesterday. I didn't have any time. I wasn't really gonna talk about dailies because I thought I was gonna decide against dailies, but then I woke up and I didn't do hardly anything this morning. I was like, yeah, you need a list, kid, you need a list. So I tried to tuck this in here, just like the front cover, and it was sliding around and being stupid. I didn't want to put it in the back because it's the same situation I have with certain bullet journal collections and things. Sometimes I need to keep things in the back of the bullet journal, like the index, because if I keep it in the front, I don't use it. And that was a fix. It's just the way my brain is. So I felt like if I kept this in the front, it would work for me better. And I just have this rigged with some, what are they called? Page flags? No. These are the book darts. That's what they're called. I was going to call them page something or other. Yes, book darts. I have 2 up here and 2 on the side, and then it just stays in there and it's not moving, and that makes me happy. So we'll see if that works out, how much I use it. But I feel like I have a better chance of using it if it's in the front. So if you also have a situation where you feel like, oh, things are supposed to go a certain way, just change it up. Who cares? It's yours. Use it however your brain works, and you'll find that you'll get better results. Okay, moving on to my monthly. So here is how December looks thus far. I put some little stickies in here. These are these cute little cat stickers from a Hobonichi I had, I don't even know how long ago, and I can't even remember what the Hobonichi was called. Down at the bottom, I have lists of things that I want to get done for the month. I didn't put a tracker here, and I didn't put a list here because I, stuck these stickers down. And good luck trying to pull them off. So I'm not really going to put anything here. I know that some people track here, and that's something that you can certainly do. But I decided since I have 219 pages in the back, I should probably use them. So that's what I'm doing in the back. Now, I covered this because I have stuff that I'm tracking that's for self-help and personal stuff that I don't need people's opinions on, so I'm not going to share them on the interweb. But I went ahead and I did, the whole month bullet journal style across, and then I did like a check register style here, and that helps me just when I'm going across to find out what day I'm on and what task I'm looking to mark off. Up here you'll see that I have these marks, and that's because I didn't start this until the first week I started in here was on the 12th. So that's where you'll start to see marks. I forgot not to start it on the 1st because obviously I didn't start in this planner until the 12th of December, but it's fine. I just marked it at the top so I knew why, and it's not that serious. Off on the right hand side is where I keep my monthly task list, and it's pretty sparse. Again, you have to remember that I started this on December 12th, but if I need more space, there's nothing back here, so I could just take up another page or as many pages as I need. So you will find that this starts on page 62. So for the monthly, I just wrote 62 down at the bottom here and here. So I would remember that that's where this list is. Of course, I have one of these guys marking it, but in case I forget to mark it or these drive me crazy, because they've been a little bit of annoying, not too much, I can just know because I've written down the number on the monthly. Now the first 61 pages just has a bunch of stickers for getting things done and collections that I have started, and I showed most of those already. On the weekly, here is how this past week looked. I actually had some white space that I wasn't like a super fan of, and I'm not like a sticker person, but I pulled out the stickers, put them on the desk hoping I would use them. Sorry, water break. Okay, so on the left side, I'm doing my schedule. On the right, I was keeping memory and tasks. I was watching a bunch of, Hobonichi Weeks videos, as we all tend to do at 2 and 4 in the morning when we can't sleep. And I saw someone talking, and again, because I'm only half awake, I don't remember who it was, but they get full credit. They were talking about how they didn't care for their tasks and their memory keeping to be together in the same space. They wanted their tasks to be separate over here. Now I only put mandatory things that have to get done on that day here. I found that my rolling weekly over here, this wasn't big enough. I literally had all of this space left at the end of the week. So I did my review here. Some people will call it a reflection. Most people do. It's a very religious word, so I just put review instead. And I wrote down some things that I thought didn't really work necessarily for me in this weekly, so I could, change it up for next week, or technically this week. I saw somebody else put their mills here in these little like sections for each, day, just taking the day across like that. And I really didn't like it. On some of them, on most of them, there was a lot of white space. And you seriously, I personally don't need this much space. I can just write it on the line and it would be a lot neater. So I decided that I was going to change this up, possibly change up the tasks here and make more of sectioned off rolling weeklies. So specifically for cleaning, specifically for, YouTube or Instagram, and maybe even just a miscellaneous one for books that I'm trying to read throughout the week and, miscellaneous stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and I'm going to do that speedy quick. I'll speed it up and we'll see how it looks. And I do have to mention again, I put the stickers down after, and I know most people do that. There are some people that put stickers before to make it nice and they write around it. That doesn't work for me, and I was surprised I even put stickers at all. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay, so that is everything. I have a section here. These are just my running weeklies for home and cleaning, YouTube and Instagram, meal planning, and miscellaneous. So the meal planning, again, I didn't like how there was just so much space. I literally probably could have written all of this teeny tiny on 1.5 of these little squares. So changing that, my rolling weekly was too small. You don't want to track everything, but these are just things that I need to get done, and I want to be able to schedule them for certain days. It's easier to kind of just write out the list here and then move them to my dailies and check them off here. We'll see how it works. Sometimes it feels like you're doing it twice, but whatever makes you get them done, it really doesn't matter. And right now I'm not getting them done, so I'm going to try both and see what works. For this guy, it's like, what am I going to put here? At first I thought, oh, I could divide this up, make it a, an extension of the day, and put whatever money I spent for that day, but I'm trying not to spend any more money. So I don't think it's a good idea to have that, because then I'll want to fill that box. So instead, in pencil down here, I wrote down review. So I can do my review here, put a quote here, or again, I did put money, but I don't think that's something I wanted. I'm going to erase it. It's not what I want to do. Also, speaking of quotes, I still wish they would just get rid of this quote down here and extend this down. I'd also be okay with them getting rid of this and extending this down. So the quotes from the beginning, because I went back to the very beginning, even though I didn't use these weeks, and I read them, and they were just kind of blah. But this week was pretty hilarious. So let's talk about why. So the quote says, "A very long time ago, I went to perform at a prison." I was loving it already. Of course, the audience were all convicts, obviously. I did an escape routine. This made me crack up laughing. I didn't even finish reading it. I was already in hysterics. I put handcuffs on my wrist and locked myself in a small wooden box. In an instant, the handcuffs were off and I had escaped. And that's when I even busted out laughing. I almost peed my pants. This was the funniest thing I'd read in a while. The audience cheered and applauded. That day was the best response I ever got with escape magic. That's kind of sad. And it is kind of sad. It's like, how dare you come to a prison and do escape magic? Like, that is so fucked up, but also that is hilarious. So, I mean, I loved this quote, but the rest of them were just kind of like, I don't even care. I think they were mostly, I can't remember, like interviews from people who either wrote a story or a book. They weren't actually even quotes from their actual writing or anything. And I mean, this guy's not a comedian, but it was pretty funny. All right, so, okay, so that is everything. Of course, I'm keeping schedule here. I put memories here. Now, for some of you, you're going to be like, Sylvia, but you have dailies now. Why don't you keep those memories here? Because dailies in my mind are just throwaway things. Like, I don't care about dailies. Most of the habit tracking I want to see happens on the monthly and mostly the weekly for me personally. So dailies are just throwaway things. That's why I like that this can be taken out and thrown away after it's used, and I don't feel sad about it. So having the memories all in one place on the weekly is still important to me. But you do you, and it keeps this really small and compact. So if I only have like 5 or 6 things I need to do, I only need to use 5 or 6 lines, and then I move on. It's not that serious. So by the way, for those that are new, because I do get new people here all the time, this has exactly the same amount of squares down and across as here. The only reason why they look slightly different is because these back pages have this solid border around them. This one does not, so that it can fit nicey nice inside. It can tuck inside of the Hobonichi weeks without sticking out of the cover. Of course, these are numbered, which is really great because you can do what I did here, or you can mark down below where the monthly list is for this month. But again, these are dailies. I don't refer to them once that day has passed. It's just not who I am. Now, I understand if in your planning routine, you have to refer to your dailies. Maybe it's for work and you're keeping notes that way. I don't do that, so it's not something I need to do. That might be different in my writing bullet journal, which I still have to set up, which I think I'm just going to do a commonplace notebook. I know that I tried that in this year, 2022, and it did not work out well at all. I think you saw that notebook once. I think I opened that notebook once. Just kidding. I think it was like 4, maybe 5 times. But yeah, this is how I'm getting my weeklies to work as far as dailies are concerned, because I'm just one of those people that wakes up and I'm like, I don't have anything to do, and I let everything fall until Saturday and Sunday. And more like lately anyway, my family's here on the weekends, whether it's Jade and I'm helping her with her homework, or my whole family's here watching football, which I hate and I need to be distracted by planning or doing something else. It's just not worth it to me to throw all of the stuff I need to do on a weekend when everyone is in my house, especially filming, because no one's quiet. So there is that. Oh, I forgot. I need to put these guys in here. I also cut them because they're too long to fit a whole sheet in here. So there we go. All right. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.